wrote a book, Daddy Muscles, and it's how how he's been a father and how he's gotten the joy out of being a father. I should have bought it. It's sitting in my.
Cool. I did everything except put it up here. Do that part. Oh, as I'm recording. Oh. Superman.
I should have brought that book over. Can I bring that book next time?
Yeah.
Good. Here we go. Some more. More insulation for us.
Right. So I could pull out something else like more description, but like I said, I brought a few memoir books and thought we could just look at some good bits of the memoir books.
Okay, where's this background? Where is it?
I'm not sure.
Looks like
Could be any cathedral. I don't know.
maybe something in London.
Oh, I said it could be any cathedral. Something in London? Oh, I said it could be a cathedral. Maintaining those places is huge.
So if you wanted to pick a piece in one of these books that looks interesting, or I could to start us off.
I like her.
Yeah. I've been reading a few different memoirs. I was just reading Neil Patrick Harris's, and it's a choose your own adventure book.
It's
Choose your own adventure.
Okay.
If you want me to go into theater, turn to page 8. If you want me to stay home, turn to page 10.
oh
So that was cute.
yeah.
Wow, fun. Interesting. I'm lost.
Here's a fellow
What is this? That's good.
engineering his own.
That's a good way to
transportation.
move that.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't carry it. That's really clever.
I don't think he can. I don't know.
Oh boy. So far, I haven't done anything in this class. Am I supposed to be doing something?
Writing every night. We could write right now
Oh.
if we want.
What are we supposed to write about?
I give nightly homework assignments.
You gave us a number? of
No.
assignments?
Every week I give you homework.
What? You
Hi.
gave us homework? I didn't know about it. Yeah.
Every week I say you should go home and write about,
Okay.
a pretty flower or write about an object that makes you remember something. And okay, we don't do it. Okay, but you could.
We talked about a
Yes, I
hummingbird
could.
once.
Right, you could write about a hummingbird. Yes, you should write stuff. You could write stuff. We could do a writing thing now.
I was going to make a biography about myself. 'Cause
That's
I've never done
fine.
that, and I thought that would be fun too.
All right, you want me to get my biography?
Yours?
Well, yeah, I'm a writer. I have a biography.
Okay.
Come on. Mhm.
Well, I've done more like looking at something and then trying to describe it.
I have a funnier
More
biography somewhere.
Gallery is still.
Yesterday, I was looking at all the biographies that when we move here, it all goes in the book, and I think you did mine because I talked to you. Mine is just terrible.
No.
It's horrible. Just nothing compared to other people. Other people have all these wonderful lives that they talk about, and mine is nothing. Mine is about growing up on a farm and, just boring. I should have,
Well, tell us about it.
well, I should have brought it, it's in the main book in the library.
Oh,
Oh,
But it's just nothing, it's about when I was growing up, it was nothing interesting, it was it was just boring.
okay, well, describe this room. Describe this room.
Describe this room, it's a rectangular room with glass on each side and carpet and drapes, but it's very boring.
Well, yeah, but look at it from an avenue that, like
Is it
the picture
TV?
with the mountains in the background.
Well,
That reminds you of the snow and the earth.
there's the books back there, the bookcases. Is there
What kind of books
a
are?
fireplace and a painting that's pretty?
Well, tell us about the painting.
Well, I haven't looked at it yet. It's rather plain. It's a very plain room. Very, very plain with books and the fireplace and
What kind of books? What kind of
the
fireplace?
painting. The books look like a combination of library books. I should look at them for one to read when I have time. And it's look at
Well,
their
how would you make it an interesting story?
make it into a story.
Well, yeah, the room.
The room is
This
a
is what I've
story.
been practicing.
I wouldn't want to do that, but
neither would I. This isn't the most exciting place. The light gauzy curtains float, framing beautiful flowers outside. The flowers stretch toward the sun, pink and blooming, with a surprising little rose popping out of the green plant.
that
Interesting verbs, me putting in an effort, me not starting with, it's boring in here, why bother? Me looking for something I could talk about. Yes, I love books, but I can't really see them. I'd have to walk over.
Yeah,
I could say something nice about the books if I did walk over.
yeah. It's a place where people come and relax with their friends or
This
their
is?
family. Yeah,
So let's try this a different way. I was the author. This was my first book. I had written 0 books. I was a teenager. I needed an interesting biography, but how do you do that when, I've lived in San Jose. I've never left my room or done anything interesting. Yay. What do you even do? Well, I came up with something. Sorry, my bio's at the end. Ah, dude. I need the end. So I came up with something interesting, even though I'd done nothing, 0 things. It was like 20.
well, the purpose of these rooms is to provide you with a place to relax that's not your own.
this
So-
room.
And to have friends in, and if you have more people than fit in your apartment, you have a place to take them.
Mhm.
As well as all the service classes.
Yeah, I've never thought of it as a room that we could bring our friends. Was born at an early age,
Ha, ha, ha. It's a joke.
Yes.
I'm funny.
I was wondering, did she taught writing to most grades from kindergarten through high school and survived with most of her limbs intact? She would have gone crazy long ago, except for her collection of
Singing potatoes.
singing potatoes.
I found something funny to say. I found something to say when I'd never done anything.
Singing potatoes. I haven't heard of singing potatoes, but I guess.
I made it up.
Okay. Okay, her essays on pop culture, Harry Potter and the Heroine's Journey have appeared in such collections as The Prisoner and Philosophy, Inside Joss Dollhouse, and Reading the Rift. along with 80 other anthologies and magazines. She is very excited about a new academic book, From Girl to Goddess, The Heroine's Journey in Myth and Legend. It is not in any way a Harry Potter pop parody, but everyone keeps asking. Many of the writings lurk on her website, along with the official Henry Potty Lexicon and the interactive fantasy kingdom, especially for kids. The flying pigs await you at www.harrypotterparody.com.
That is such an old bio. It is so old, I'm not sure The Prisoner in Philosophy is even on my bio.
Oh,
But I assume it actually happened. But yeah, so I had done nothing, but I came up with something to say.
yes.
This room is boring, but I came up with
Look at
something to
that,
say.
that might tip
Just have to
over.
make, oh, wow.
Wow.
As the massive pile of insulation thundered by on a precarious cart, we all flinched, wondering if it would topple off.
And look at this gentleman. He's bringing it along.
Somebody else awkwardly
I gotta see what this
rolled
guy's doing.
a
Oh,
massive
boy.
bale of insulation.
Yes.
This
You
is
can do
wonderful.
stuff.
I like to see that. It looks like it's hard to do.
Yes, it looks like it's hard to do. He's resting.
That's quite amazing. Okay. Valerie Franco, what are we doing?
You said you wanted to write a bio. Write a bio.
What is that, please?
Write a biography of yourself.
Right? That's what I'm gonna do.
Right now.
Right now.
Why not?
I was born.
I am a perfect human being. That's how.
Works for me.
There's no perfect in it.
And well, that's what I'm gonna put. I'm lying, but
Sure.
And I have a collection of singing potatoes. What can you do?
she's making it stuff in hers, so I should make up
Yeah,
mine.
I
I'm a
agree.
perfect human being.
Yeah.
And tell, what is a perfect human being?
Tell us in your bio.
But put a human being, BEAN.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Then it's even more interesting.
But, right.
There
here
she
comes
is.
another.
What? Where are they putting all this stuff?
Here's my bio now. It's more boring, but yeah.
How are they gonna get it up there? That's what I would like to know.
How what?
How are they gonna get all this insulation up above?
Oh, they go through the, where we dump the garbage. And there's a hole that, and they do it just like they blow leaves.
But is it big enough to get that? They must really break this down into small.
Well, they break it down into one bag things. This was a 4-bag, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, it's hard work.
I like that photo of you. That's very cute. She's happy. She's very happy on that photo. Where was that photo taken?
Science fiction convention.
Where?
A science fiction convention.
Oh, it's science. I should go to
There's one this weekend in San Jose, Santa Clara.
science fiction.
I'm going
Gosh.
and speaking and stuff. Yeah.
I wonder who would turn up at that.
Well, you
We
need to
have
wake
the
up your
list.
Imagination.
Huh?
When you look at something, describe it. That's what I've started doing.
That's what
Do
you
your
want to
class.
do.
Even if I just look at my counter.
You want to write a bio?
A bio.
Mm-hmm.
I could, yes.
Me
Who in the world is that?
and my dad, and maybe a dragon.
I was gonna say your dad. because your dad's face is very similar to yours,
Okay,
but he is a big guy.
yes, he is.
Is he
These
that
are the-
big now?
These are two new
Yes.
people. These are two new
He's
people
that big.
are
That
Yes.
guy's
coming to
big.
work here.
Where does he live?
Saratoga.
Saratoga, huh?
Mhm.
He's a. Is he married to your mother?
Mm-hmm. And
They're
she's
together?
she's little like me, so they look really funny dancing.
Ah.
Well, she does the dance class on
Yeah.
Wednesdays over in the our
In the middle,
yeah,
HH?
yeah,
What? Well, is that where your mother teaches?
yes.
I have to go there. Is it 1 o'clock? on
Yeah.
Wednesdays?
Everybody's welcome, I'm sure.
I gotta go. I gotta go see it.
And I find I don't do a very good job of it, but if I do a good job of it, it really helps my balance.
Uh-huh,
Yeah.
okay.
And,
Balance
and
is important.
strengthening too, but
Well, do you go to the balance class, that we have in the mornings?
yeah.
Okay, you're there. Okay, or do you do it
Oh,
in
no,
your
I'm
apartment?
not usually,
In your apartment?
yeah.
Here's me on the Game
Oh,
of
look
Thrones
at that.
throne.
What is that behind you? That's a chair?
The throne from Game of Thrones.
That's what,
These are people you know?
We're all doing a reading together on Sunday or Monday at the science fiction convention. This weekend, we're all speaking. Oh,
You're
and
all singing?
speaking,
reading our books
Oh. You're gonna read your book out loud?
at
Where?
the science fiction convention this weekend.
Oh my gosh, you should have told us right away.
Okay.
That,
And
okay,
actually, everybody has a bio.
okay.
okay, works for freelance editor.
Jewish science fiction and fantasy or lexicon.
That's me.
Okay, so Clara Ward lived in Silicon Valley at the.
Do they
border
let
between
Catholics go?
reality and- That's good.
I like that line.
Do
Yes,
What?
I
they
like
let
that
Catholics
line
go
too.
to the Jewish fiction convention?
Sure.
There are not many Catholics here at this place, it's all, I don't know, wait, do you have a religion?
Well, I was brought up Catholic, yeah.
Born Catholic? Okay, wow. I'm a perfect human being,
Jesus.
unaware of my surroundings.
I like lives on the border between reality and science fiction. That's a great line.
Yes,
So yeah, we're all doing a reading together and we were all told to bring a bio.
yeah, here comes another one.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow, this is quite entertaining. What a spot we have here. Maybe they'll just keep coming. Oh, here comes another one. Oh, boy.
I
This
think
is-
a Catholic man and I are gonna write a book about Jewish history together.
I should.
No, somebody else.
Someone is here.
No. There's a Catholic man who lives on the East Coast,
Yes.
and I think I'm going to write a Jewish book with him.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
good.
We've been emailing.
Do you know each other? Do you see
Nope.
each other?
Nope.
Well, then how are you going to do this? By computer?
Yes,
Oh,
we both have email. I wrote a book with somebody else I've never met in person.
okay.
Oh, here comes somebody else.
What's coming now? Oh, my gosh. Look at this guy. This
You could write
is
a story
unusual.
about that.
Now,
How many
this
ways
is
are there to
very
carry-
unusual. That guy's.
Go ahead. The Great Insulation War.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you put in a bio to get people interested?
Well, I think they want to know what you feel you've accomplished in your life.
Yeah, but in my first book, the answer was nothing, so I lied.
Okay,
Or was silly.
Yeah.
I was born at an early age. Can you do? Yeah, like this one is boring. She was born here. She wrote these books. Well, yay, but that's not very exciting. This one is much nicer because this one's done stuff that's unusual, or at least she makes it sound unusual.
Okay. It's not like British, right?
How do you,
How do
the
I?
word you, used to, what is that word? Used to, when I used to do something, what is that word?
I don't give me the sentence.
Huh?
I need the whole sentence.
USED?
I need the whole sentence.
Okay. Environment for me as I'm more used to differences. I don't know. More, I don't know. I guess I'd have to.
Let me see it. What's your sentence? It is all unusual environment for me as I am more used to.
Am I,
I am
as I am more,
used to.
but it's spelled USED? What is that word? Used to, it doesn't sound like, used to.
Ooh, Vanessa creates worlds where people matter. That's a lovely line too. Some of my friends have very nice bios.
Okay.
And this friend retired this year, so this is a new bio.
Yeah,
Now I feel like I should have brought the singing potatoes back. Oh well. What can you say that's unusual, that grabs people, that makes people go, wow?
Teaching my mother how to give birth and her blue body.
That's wild.
Yes. She was awarded the inaugural Burnell International African Poet Prize and served as a first young poet laureate of London. Well, that's interesting. She was the youngest member of the Royal Society of Literature and included in the Penguin Modern Poets series. Shire wrote the poetry for Peabody Awards, winning the visual album Lemonade and the Disney film Black is King in collaboration with Beyonce. Knowledge card. Okay, she also wrote the short film Brave Girl Rising. Well, it's well written. Yeah.
So that one, she's making an effort to say what's unusual about her life. Whereas that one just goes, I was born here and I wrote this and I wrote this and I wrote this. And I'm just going, you don't make it sound interesting.
Yeah.
What can you say that sounds unusual, even if you have to make it up? Creates world where people matter.
Flower Ward.
Lives on the border between reality and speculative fiction. That's awesome.
Yes.
I like this sentence.
Okay.
He's talking about these ladies and it said they could cook, clean, microfarm, raise babies, and lecture you with disappointment dripping off every word.
Can you write a sentence like that for your bio?
Well, disappointment dripping off every word. That's strange.
That's great. I wrote a dedication kind of like that for my mom for one of my books. She can do this and this and this and this and this and this and this. So I'm dedicating my book to her. Then I gave her the dedication as a gift.
Oh, I'm sure she was happy.
Yep. And she wanted me to change some things. It's fine.
And
I don't know if I can find that. I mean, well, maybe. Got so many files and everything. I'm not even sure if the dedication is in here.
what is
Hmm.
Lucifer in Supernatural Sandman?
That's an essay I wrote. I mean, a lot of these are essays and books I wrote. Ah, that's the one I wanted. Maybe. No, it's a picture. Mm. I'm just looking through my files to see if I can find the dedication. Picture, picture. Wow, guess not.
Here goes another one.
Mhm.
There it goes, tons of, what? Where in the world are they gonna put all this? That's a lot of,
I don't know. Yeah, Clara Ward lives in Silicon Valley at the border between reality and speculative fiction. Her latest book, B or C, features here from chosen family and sea creatures perspective. If I can just, I'm practicing
Yeah.
describing things.
this is a weird book.
Yeah, she's relating,
Weird book.
it's a memoir, and she's relating her life to science fiction.
Talking about, still I watch my grandmother slaughter turtles for soup, gently tapping on the shelf the handle of her cleaver until the turtle inevitably poked out his head to investigate. Then the blade would come down, a swift movement that I could
Mhm.
barely see, and his head would be rolling across the newspaper spread on the floor.
Ew.
Now that is bad.
Ew.
That's kind of,
You chose to read it.
this is,
Mm. Oh, I'm just seeing if I can find the bio of my mother. I'm not sure I can.
Okay.
Mm.
Well, how would you describe that painting?
let me look. It's a wilderness with a mountain poking
Well,
up through behind the, up to the sky, the mountain reaching up to the sky. It's wilderness with a mountain reaching up to the sky. It's good. It's good. It's beautiful. I should take a picture of it and try to paint it.
you can paint it or you can just describing things stimulates your mind.
Mm. Uh, yeah.
Well, that's certainly a lovely church in Bath.
Mhm.
And then what's over there?
It's a picture.
Yeah,
Cuts off where it cuts off. Yes, gorgeous description. Pizzeria de Michel is a small place with only 2 rooms and one nonstop oven. It's a 15-minute walk from the train stop. This is what I love. In the rain, don't even worry about it. Just go. You need to get there fairly early in the day because sometimes they run out of dough, which will break your heart. By 1 p.m., the streets outside the pizzeria have become jammed with Neapolitans trying to get into the place, shoving for access like they're trying to get space on a lifeboat.
Yeah.
Metaphor, comparisons. There's no menu. They have only 2 varieties of pizza here, regular and extra cheese. None of this new age Southern California olives and sun-dried tomato wannabe pizza twaddle. The dough, it takes half my meal to figure out, tastes more like Indian naan than any pizza dough I ever tried. It's soft and chewy and yielding, but incredibly thin. I always thought we had only 2 choices in our lives when it came to pizza crust, thin and crispy or thick and doughy. How was I to know there could be a crust in this world that was thin and doughy? Holy of holies, thin, doughy, strong, gummy, yummy, chewy, salty pizza paradise. On top, there's a sweet tomato sauce that foams up all bubbly and creamy when it melts the fresh buffalo mozzarella, and the 1 sprig of basil in the middle of the whole deal somehow infuses the whole pizza with herbal radiance.
You want to come in?
Much the same way 1 shimmering movie star in the middle of a party brings a contact high of glamour to everyone around her. It's technically impossible to eat this thing, of course. You try to take a bite, and the gummy crust folds and the hot cheese runs away like topsoil in a landslide, makes a mess of you and your surroundings, but just deal with it. The guys who make this miracle happen are shoveling the pizzas in and out of the wood-burning oven, looking for all the world like boiler men in the belly of a great ship who shovel coal into the raging furnaces. Their sleeves are rolled up over their sweaty forearms, and their faces red with exertion. 1 eye squinted against the heat of the fire, and a cigarette dangling from the lips. Sophie and I each order another pie, another whole pizza each. And Sophie tries to pull herself together, but really, the pizza is so good we can barely cope. Again, ooh, yummy pizza.
What makes that pizza sound good?
Or you could spend a whole page going into detail about the pizza, shaping a world. So what can you say on your bio that's unusual? Go ahead.
I've read it before, but
Right.
this is interesting.
This is a different kind of reading where you ask, how did they make the gorgeous description? How did I fall in love with the character so fast? How did they actually do art on the page, not just la 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 la, nice book? So yeah, a different kind of reading, and certainly take any memoir, any gorgeous piece of writing, and look at how they made the stuff. Yeah.
Well, and why it's Lincoln, now we're getting filled up with Lincoln, which is wonderful. How he wrote so beautifully.
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, what can you say about your life? Imagination. My father went to Europe, but how could you say that in an interesting way? If the moon was Europe, my father was an astronaut who died on his way to the moon. My father, the failed moonwalker, blinded by space. My father, the black cosmonaut, frenzied by thirst. My father, who heard the voice of God, clear as the call to prayer, suspended in that dark desert. My father, who wore a spacesuit slashed by longing, spinning toward the vast desolate. On a night when the angels have drawn back their wings, you may glimpse my father hurtling through space, his body carried by gravity's absence, blood collecting in his head, his tears pink, gelatinous clots unable to fall. Sounds like her father had a rough experience in Europe, but this is all metaphor, imagining.
Your purse is worse than mine.
Yep.
That purse had Needs to be cleaned out.
Yep, I've been busy. What could you say that's imaginative, that's different, that's unusual, that's special?
No,
About what? What you just read?
You?
About
About
Why?
you?
about yourself.
unusual, special?
Yeah.
Well, one thing. I mean, you could use
This could make you feel good about yourself.
make you feel good, yeah.
Good.
How you worked with your hearing loss.
The church is looking better every minute.
Can you imagine doing all
I'd like
the
to know where it is.
decorations on it? Roof? Okay,
This is what I wanted. Maybe. Ah, that. So my mom is an ordinary housewife and dance teacher. But I wrote this.
to my mom who sews clothes, crochets baby blankets, grows corn, persimmons, makes soap. My mother did the same.
Yeah,
Is
but
your mother from Europe?
no. But it's bothering to say something interesting instead of just going, yeah, she's a housewife and dance teacher, full stop. What can you say that's interesting? So I said all this.
Yes. My mother made clothes, baby blankets, and my dog clothes. And yeah. It's our generation of women who stopped doing this because we could buy it. You know? But they didn't have stores to buy this. My aunt made, we had a little chair that with little kids sit in, and she took twine and made the seat for it. They just pick up and do it. And my aunt always said, it has to look as good on the wrong side as it does on the right side.
My point is, I came up with something interesting to say.
Yes,
You could come up with something interesting to say.
yes.
She sounds very interesting. So she's the one that teaches on Wednesdays. Oh, I've got to go meet her.
You can tell her you saw this. You could ask about the grandchild. Sure.
She takes people on trips, and I think she took one to India.
Yes, but I wrote this. Oh, Leeds International Tours. It's on there.
Okay. That was a couple of months ago, I guess, where they went to India.
Yeah.
I should bring some of my pictures. Some of the pictures I like the best about the family is when the women are together talking to each other and their attention's on each other. And you can see my mother and her two sisters, they were leaning into each other, listening to what they were saying. And it makes it a very much more interesting picture than just somebody just standing there for a picture, you know? To see them interact.
Mhm. I'm sure they do.
And of course, I knew them all and loved them all. That helps. Okay,
What can you say about yourself?
what can I say about myself?
What can you write about yourself?
Writing about yourself, Adrian?
Yeah. Well, I love photography. I love taking photos.
Sure. Is there something unusual to say about it, like this lady did?
Well, I said, yeah, I took those pictures. And of them talking to each other. And those are the more interesting pictures. I like pretty scenic pictures, but those are kind of easy. I'm still wondering whether I should get a new camera. There were a ton of pictures taken at the wedding that I was just at, my niece. Um,
Yeah. These are just things that are just advertising.
A bio, often, depends.
Okay, this is what I just wrote.
Yeah,
I like taking pictures of people talking to each other. The interaction with each and their interaction with each other, that they're really coming alive. Commenting on the latest project they were accomplishing. Mob-made skirts from Scottish plaid material, which they were all really lovely. In my naivete, wanted store-bought, of course. I always say, why
That's what
can't
you
we have
wrote?
store-bought?
That's what you wrote.
Yeah,
I wish I would have been listening. I wasn't listening when you read it.
well, okay, so I'll read it again. This is, okay. I like taking pictures of people talking to each other, and I was going off on photography. Interacting with each other. I like the whole concept of them interacting with each other,
Mhm.
so that they're really, it's just lovely to see. Commenting on the latest projects they were accomplishing. Mom-made skirts from Scott plaid material, which were very lovely. In my naivete, I wanted store-bought. I can remember, my mother made these beautiful skirts and I wanted store-bought.
I believe that.
Yes. Okay, what did you write?
Well, I remember when they used to have catalogs. People would order from the catalogs.
And for the patterns?
No, just clothes.
Oh, just clothes.
You ever order from from a catalog?
Okay,
I think there were
well, I do now.
2 or 3 catalogs that they used.
Yes, I use this from Country Store.
Oh, now people use the computer.
Yeah. But they still send me catalogs.
Mhm.
Okay, what kind of clothes did you like?
What is that?
What kind of clothes, where did you where did you get your clothes?
Where do I get them?
Not now, but when you were younger,
When I was younger,
when your mother,
I guess we went to a little town to buy
what?
things too.
You what?
We went to a little town to buy things.
Oh,
And my mother probably made some things for me. And also, you just I don't know,
you
I
what?
can't remember really probably from this little town where we went mostly.
Okay, so why did you go to the little town?
Well, we lived on a farm in the country.
Oh, that's the background, you're
I
good.
lived on a farm out in the middle of Nebraska.
Oh,
There was not much there. It
yeah.
was just
Well, there was food.
in the middle of a section of land. It was, it was beautiful. They raised corn and wheat, and I rode around the country on my bicycle for something to do because there weren't any playmates around, so
Oh,
I was
they
pretty much
were-
by myself.
They were too far away.
Well, there just weren't any. And I walked to a public school, a little school out in the country. We walked there. I walked there.
Did you have brothers and sisters?
I had 3 brothers, but they were much older.
Oh,
They were 14, 12, and 7 years older. So they were,
I'm buying my own books because my own books are on sale for free this month.
how
oh,
many books did you write?
102.
You have written up 102 books? I can't believe it.
Okay, I showed people day one.
Well, I can see
They're on
some of these
Amazon,
books.
yeah.
Yeah.
The sale is on Smashwords.
So you have to get these published. Is it hard to get them published?
The first one was hard.
Really?
Now I just call my publisher, hi, I've already written 19 books for you. I'd like to do another one. It's called Star Wars and the Hero's Journey. And they say, okay.
Really? So the first one is hard,
Yeah.
and after that it becomes much easier. This is
Yeah.
amazing. So these are showing you, you're showing us your books.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Thank you. See all. There's a link on our classroom page.
How old were you when you wrote your first book?
Wrote or published?
What?
I wrote my first book at 16. I published at 26.
Okay. Hmm. These are basically stories or
Analysis.
really?
Yeah, I wrote the book. Let's analyze She-Ra or let's analyze Xena. Or, well, a little fiction. That's fiction. Adapting Bridgerton, essays on the Netflix show.
Discovering George science fiction.
Yeah. Wonder Woman and Bad Girls, super heroine and super villainous archetypes. Yeah, that's what I write.
Oh, I can't believe it.
I need to pack them all for this weekend.
You need to what?
Pack them in a suitcase. That one's fiction. Children's fiction. I need to pick something to read aloud. It might be that one.
I can't believe it. That's very you're extraordinary.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Wow. Some of the books are $0 and some of the books are $100. I mean, you guys could have any of these for free. Just tell me which.
Oh,
Well, I think this is amazing.
I keep busy. How artists appear in movies and TV.
how hard is what?
How artists. Hamilton's Women ended up being a lot of history.
Do you have any siblings? How many?
One, my
Wow.
brother just had that baby. That one's fiction. I mushed together all the Jane Austen books to make one story for fun.
Okay.
Science fiction baby names. I just sent that to my brother because it's funny. So yeah, just books about whatever I feel like. All right, now they're starting to repeat, but yeah,
Oh,
102. Yeah,
amazing. I can't believe it.
it's what I do all day.
Are all of these on the computer that you can order it?
Yeah, this is Amazon.
Okay.
We're on Amazon right now.
Yeah. Do you have many like at the place in Menlo Park, that big bookstore? Are any of them there or?
I don't know. I don't even know what the big bookstore at Menlo Park is called.
What's that big place?
The what?
The big
Barnes and Noble?
it's
Well, I can send you guys the link because a lot of them.
Kepler's.
Oh, okay. Huh. Do I have books at Kepler's? I'm not sure.
Okay.
Maybe not. But right now on this website, Smashwords, a lot of my books are on sale for free. So I can send you the link.
Oh, yeah, send us the link.
Yeah, see, usually $2.99, right now free. Usually $2.99, right now free. A lot of them say that.
But they have to pay for
Um,
having them delivered, right?
These are ebooks,
Ebooks, okay.
so
You
no,
have to
costs
download
nothing.
them.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just a copy. It's
I was
free
gonna
for everybody.
say, They're
Yeah.
not gonna mail them at their cost.
Mm. This one's a novel, Murder Most Steampunk. That's my dad on the cover. But yeah, this is original fiction I wrote if you wanted to see my original fiction. Or I could just send them.
Well, it's 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it's time to call it a day. But
Okay.
yeah, I have books. So yeah, for homework, you could try expanding the bio, saying more about
That's
yourself.
amazing. This is interesting.
Cool,
Maybe we'll actually get into writing.
cool.
Well, get into. I'm just trying to train myself to not just look at things, but describe them.
Yeah,
It is International Joke Day. Did you
What?
know that?
okay. Why did the
It said
chicken,
on
why did the chicken cross the
International Joke
road?
Day. My husband used to love jokes. He was a big joker.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
To get to the other side.
For
He could
foul
tell you any
purposes.
joke.
Oh,
What is that? Oh, it's okay. All right. Thank you.
Sure,
Thank
sure.
you.
great.
I am